Lena and Mara, the inseparable duo since their wild, carefree childhood, had shared a treasure trove of secrets, epic struggles, and marathon talks about their dazzling futures. But then, bam! Mara tied the knot with Daniel, and everything flipped upside down like a crazy roller coaster ride. Mara's marriage was the picture-perfect fairy tale. Everyone was all hearts and stars over it. Daniel was the guy who had it all: charm, confidence, and that magnetic presence that made everyone stop and stare. Lena couldn't help but notice how people gushed about Mara's brilliant choice, like she'd just snagged the last golden ticket in a lottery. Every time Lena stepped into their home, a heavy cloud of unease settled over her. She'd watch Daniel and Mara laugh together, basking in their seemingly perfect life, complete with a cozy house and the coveted title of wife. With each visit, Lena felt more like a ghost, unseen and unheard. She doesn't deserve him more than I do, Lena's mind screamed, a fiery thought that ignited her jealousy. What started as a harmless comparison morphed into a simmering resentment that bubbled beneath the surface. In her desperation, Lena sought out a mystical herbalist known for her enchanting charms that could twist love and desire like a pretzel. As she poured her heart out to the herbalist, she made a bold declaration. I want him to stop loving his wife. I want him to love me. The herbalist's brow furrowed, a warning etched on her face. Why? She probed, raising an eyebrow. Because I want what she has. Lena shot back, her ambition blinding her to the potential consequences. The herbalist's warning echoed ominously. This will not change who he is. You may remove his affection, but you will inherit everything else. But Lena brushed off the sage advice like dust on her shoulder. I accept the risk, she said defiantly. With a flick of her wrist, the herbalist prepared the charm and handed it over, the weight of it heavy with implications. Once you use this, there's no turning back. Following the instructions with obsessive precision, Lena mixed the charm into a drink and offered it to Daniel during one of his visits. And then, boom! Everything changed. Daniel's demeanor shifted dramatically. He became distant, like a cold wind sweeping through their home, irritable and quick to anger. She disrespects me, he barked. She talks too damn much. Arguments erupted like a volcano, fiery and explosive. Then, one fateful evening, Daniel dropped a bombshell. I don't love you anymore. You should just leave. Mara, blindsided and shattered, was sent packing. Days later, the unexpected happened. Mara knocked on Lena's door, her voice trembling, but her gaze unyielding. Tell me the truth, she demanded, a storm brewing in her eyes. Did you have anything to do with this? Lena hesitated, caught in a web of her own making. You're being emotional, she replied, trying to deflect the heat. Mara stepped closer, her pain palpable. You were my friend. You stood at my wedding. You held my hands. And now my husband is gone. Tears shimmered in Mara's eyes, and her heart broke. Was our friendship nothing to you? Lena's voice turned icy, steeling herself. He chose me. Mara let out a bitter laugh. No, you took him. An oppressive silence filled the room, thick and suffocating. I trusted you, Mara whispered, the betrayal slicing through the air. I defended you. I loved you like family. Lena averted her gaze, guilt creeping in. I'm sorry, she mumbled weakly, but I won't give him back. With newfound resolve, Mara straightened up, her pain transforming into fierce determination. "You didn't just betray me," she said, with a fierce glint in her eye. "You destroyed something sacred." And with that, she left, silence hanging like a heavy curtain. Not long after, Lena and Daniel tied the knot, and at first it felt like a glorious victory. She moved into Mara's former home, basking in the glow of attention and triumph. But the euphoria was short-lived. Daniel's temper flared back up like a raging inferno. "You're just like her," he snapped one night, the accusation cutting deep. "Always questioning me." The first blow hit Lena like a freight train, leaving her stunned and reeling. "This isn't what I signed up for," she cried, desperation clawing at her. But Daniel showed no mercy, and the cruelty Mara had endured was now Lena's reality. Every argument spiraled into chaos, each apology turning into a hollow echo of promises unfulfilled. One fateful night, battered and bruised, Lena recalled the herbalist's chilling words, "You will inherit everything else." Reality hit her like a punch to the gut. She hadn't stolen a good man, she had unwittingly claimed a dangerous one. In that agonizing moment, Lena realized that Mara's marriage had never been the fairy tale she'd imagined. It had been a grueling endurance test. Jealousy had blinded her to the harsh truth. The charm had merely shuffled the suffering from one woman to another. By the time Lena grasped the weight of her actions, it was far too late to reverse the damage done. This story is a stark reminder that jealousy distorts the lens through which we see reality. Manipulation invites a storm of consequences. Stealing someone else's life doesn't erase the truth lurking beneath the surface. Some lessons unfortunately come only after we've wreaked irreversible havoc, when understanding dawns too late to mend what has been shattered.